Hey yo, my weebs, what is going on today? How are you doing? We'll be looking at Death Notes. This particular anime we'll be looking at it today. If you haven't watched this anime, this video is for you. And if you have watched this anime, I guess this video is still for you. And let me hear your thoughts in the comment section. Make sure you watch to the end of the video because I'll be recommending similar animes in this category. Or better yet, even better, still better than the one we'll be talking about today. Who knows? I do, but if you want to, make sure you watch to the end. Let's get to it, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you that haven't watched this anime, the storyline follows Light Yagami, our main character, who coincidentally stumbles upon a notebook referred to as the Death Note, which belongs to Shinigami Ryu. This Death Note grants its user the power to kill anyone who he or she, that means the user, knows the face and name of. So that's to tell you pretty much what is going on in this anime. Starting with the plotting of this anime, I think Tsugumi Oba did a fantastic job when it comes to plotting this anime, as each episode was, keeps making you want to watch the next. There isn't a single episode that felt like boring. Each episode was fantastic, and the various storyline, the plot here, each episode was like better than the previous one. So the plotting of this anime makes you just keep watching the next after the next, because there is no episode that felt boring, and it was on point, straight to the purpose of which it was meant to be, to the viewers and to the people who consume the show. I think the plotting was okay, and they did a fantastic job. Shout out to Tsugumi Oba. And now looking at the characters, totally down to their placing, I think each of them was perfectly down to each role. I think the way that they made the main character and the way he was driven by his own motives, goals, ideas, and everything that was making him to stand out as the main character, was just an excellent job, man. It was great. The way he has his own motives and how he thinks, regardless of whether it is bad or evil, to take someone's life, whether they're good or bad. I think these motives and goals and ideas was just the only thing that made him stand out as one of the best masterpieces out there. I think because of this main character, this anime should stand out in its own category. At first, it was just like any other character, but then the Death Note came along, which gave the main character the purpose, and ideas, that made the anime head where it wanted to head to. Somehow you could feel yourself in his shoes. I mean, what would you do if you had such power? I think one of the things that would cross your mind is get rid of all the bad guys in the world. I think somehow that idea would cross your mind, but somehow it gave him purpose, finding that Death Note, and which entirely took this anime off the roof. Then the introduction of this Ryuzaki character, damn, that was the icing on the cake. That was just what the garnishing, that was just what it needed, the final touches. And from there on, man, each episode was more and more and more intense, brother. This Ryuzaki character blew my mind, brother. His introduction to the anime in the episode, I mean, it was great, brother. His introduction made the anime even more interesting and more intense. Going out to the pace, the tempo of the anime, the show was not fast, because I heard some people saying they rushed the show. It was too fast. They make it end, and they wanted, because the show was good, they wanted more seasons, more episodes. I think not. I think the way they round up the anime to 37th episode, I think it was just great. One season is enough. You don't, just because something is good doesn't mean you keep dragging it long, giving it more seasons, more episodes. It could ruin it. The way they made it so short, precise, to the point, and it had purpose. There was no detour. There was nothing, just straight to the point. I think the pace and tempo was okay. It was one of the redefining attributes to the anime, which made it stand out, in its category. Just because something is good doesn't mean you keep dragging it on. Too much of good thing can turn bad, at some point. Going to the ending of this anime, I think the way they end the anime, it was just good. Just when you think this anime couldn't get any better, man, it just does. It does. You know how you watch a movie or you watch a show, the final episode or the ending of a movie, you expect, you're not surprised, because you kind of expect what will happen. The protagonist is going to kill the antagonist, or he's going to get what he deserves, the bad guy, this guy with that. But with this anime, you can't predict, you can't tell how it's going to end, man. It's like what would end is kind of like what you expect, and then the parallel opposite happens. I don't know if that's I don't even know if that's even a word that should be joined together, because I don't know how to explain the ending for you, man. If you haven't watched this anime, just check it out. And if you have, please, in the comment section, give us a little, just write a little something to explain about the ending, because I think the ending was just good, man. You couldn't see what it's like. You see what was coming, it was explained to you, but then it took another parallel line in. I can't explain it, just go watch this shit, bro. Overall, this anime was excellent. The only downside to it, when it comes to the animation, in my opinion, I think it felt like they were budgeting on the animation. I don't know. I still think they could have done better, because there were previous animes that came before them, the likes of Shinaboto, that's Lizard Punk, and others. They even came before them, but they had, the animation wasn't bad, even though it was in all those times, 2000, in the 2000s, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think they could have done much better. I felt like they were budgeting when it comes to the animation. But other than that, this show was good, man. Overall, it's a 9.5 out of 10. Because of the animation, could have been 10 out of 10. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Promise, there are some anime that I think are great when it comes to this category of this, when it comes to the genre of this anime. We have Zankyou no Terror, this particularly great anime. We also have Steins Gate. You should also check that out. We have Akame ga Kill. That's also a great anime. We have the Tomodachi Game. I spoke about this particular anime, the Tomodachi Game. I will link the video at the end so you can get a little glimpse about what this anime is about. And then finally, we have Ego Proxy. So I think these are the animes that are great when it comes to this category. You will enjoy them. So I highly recommend you start with Ego Proxy, Akame ga Kill, and the Tomodachi Game. Start with them. You can start with those anime. And I'll see you in the next one.